Welcome to this explainer. If you've been paying any attention at all to the business world lately, you've definitely seen the headlines. Artificial intelligence is absolutely transforming how we work, and yeah, it's bringing a massive wave of uncertainty with it. Today, we're skipping the panic. Instead, we're taking a really structured, data-driven look at this whole phenomenon people are calling the Great Middle-Manager Purge.
Which brings us to the big anxiety-inducing question on everyone's mind. Is AI coming for your manager's job? Or, if you happen to be a manager, is it coming for yours? It's a totally genuine fear. We constantly hear these persistent workplace rumors about an impending purge of human leadership roles, supposedly getting replaced by cold, calculating algorithms. But rather than getting swept up in all that panic, we need to break down exactly what is happening using hard facts. We need to figure out if this is a genuine threat or, honestly, just a fundamental misunderstanding of the technology itself.
So, to answer that, we're skipping the water cooler gossip and grounding this explainer in some seriously robust research. We're looking at a comprehensive 2026 systematic literature review by Suriani, Carvini, and Handiani, published in the Synergy International Journal of Management and Business. Because let's face it, your coworker Dave from accounting isn't exactly a peer-reviewed source, right? This isn't just speculation. This is a massive synthesis of data from 2020 all the way to 2024, examining exactly how AI is actually being integrated into human resource management across modern organizations. We're looking at the hard evidence of what AI does to human personnel frameworks.
Section 1. The AI Manager Threat.
Okay, let's dive right into this and immediately dispel the absolute biggest misconception out there. The myth is that AI is replacing human leadership. That some computer is going to sit in a corner office and make empathetic, strategic decisions about your career trajectory. No way. The reality, as the research clearly demonstrates, is that AI is just automating administrative burdens. We're talking about the incredibly tedious, time-consuming tasks here. Think resume screening, interview scheduling, performance data aggregation, that sort of thing. AI is stepping in to handle the paperwork, not the people work. It is literally designed to free up human managers so they can focus on actual strategic initiatives rather than replacing their core leadership functions.
Moving on to Section 2. Efficiency versus employee experience.
Now, the academic data uncovered a really fascinating dual nature to AI. On one hand, we have tremendous benefits. AI drives efficiency, it offers 24/7 personalized support through HR chatbots, and it can actually boost diversity by mitigating human bias in initial resume screenings, which is fantastic. But on the flip side, we have to look at the risks. If it's not governed properly, AI can severely undermine employee creativity and originality, it can even introduce its own hidden algorithmic biases, and perhaps most importantly, it can trigger massive workforce resistance. This is the tightrope organizations are walking right now.
Which leads into Section 3. The objective outcome gap. So all that friction leads to what researchers call the objective outcome gap. This basically happens when a company's intended strategic gains from AI are completely compromised by suboptimal system design and workforce resistance. You see this all the time. Organizations buy expensive AI tools expecting an immediate massive spike in productivity, but they ignore the human factors. They ignore change readiness. They ignore how employees actually feel about, being managed by a machine. And when you ignore that human element, a massive gap opens up between your desired goals and your actual, often incredibly disappointing results. The researchers perfectly encapsulate this exact gap. They note that, quote, while AI-driven automation may successfully accelerate recruitment speed, it can simultaneously lead to a decline in perceived fairness and a rise in workforce resistance. I mean, really think about that for a second. You might be able to process job applications 10 times faster, which, sure, looks great on a spreadsheet. But if your employees feel the system is inherently unfair, their job insecurity anxiety absolutely skyrockets. That technological win is completely overshadowed by the cultural loss.
All right, Section 4. Employee Management Architecture. So what is employee management architecture? It's basically an integrated system or framework designed to govern personnel programs, dictating exactly how AI is embedded within rules, culture, and policies. I want you to think of AI kind of like the plumbing in a brand new building. You can have the most advanced pipes in the world, but if you don't have a solid architectural foundation, the walls, the structure, the floor plan, those pipes are completely useless. In a business, that structural foundation is your culture, your rules, and your policies. You cannot just drop AI into a company out of nowhere. You have to architect a management system that actually supports it.
The researchers break this architecture down into 4 really essential dimensions. First up, data governance. Basically ensuring employee data is handled securely. Second, bias auditing. Regularly checking the AI to ensure its algorithms remain accurate and above all fair. Third is change management.
actively helping your human workforce transition from manual workflows to digital ones without completely panicking. And fourth, HR digital competency, training your human resources team so they actually understand the technology they're using. If an organization builds these 4 pillars, they can integrate AI equitably and successfully.
Section 5. Strategies for AI Integration.
Here, the researchers lay out a prioritized chronological roadmap. Step 1 is foundational readiness. Basically, before you even turn the AI on, you have to build the governance and prepare the organizational culture. Step 2 is competency and technical literacy. You absolutely must invest in robust training programs to reduce anxiety and build understanding. It's not just some optional support function, it's a primary driver of success. And finally, step 3 is process optimization and monitoring. You integrate the AI into high-impact areas like performance evaluation, and then you constantly monitor it to ensure that objective outcome gap we talked about stays tightly closed.
Now, if you take away nothing else from this explainer today, please remember this ultimate recommendation. Organizations absolutely must implement human-in-the-loop systems. AI is incredible at analyzing massive data sets and generating insights for sure, but those AI-driven insights must always be validated by human professionals. A human has to be in the loop to apply context, empathy, and professional judgment. This is how you mitigate algorithmic bias. This is how you maintain the trust of your workforce. The AI proposes, but the human disposes.
Because when you have a human in the loop, you foster a real culture of technological trust. By being transparent and providing open access to how these data-driven insights are generated, you completely demystify the technology. And why does this matter? Well, establishing these robust frameworks and boosting digital literacy doesn't just make employees feel better. It creates a highly personalized, super responsive employee experience. And in today's job market, that level of integrated employee management architecture is a massive competitive advantage.
Which leaves us with this final vital question to reflect on. Is your organization using AI to replace humans or to elevate them? The data clearly shows us that AI isn't inherently a manager purge. It's an administrative tool, but its success depends entirely on the architecture we build around it. If we focus purely on blind efficiency, we risk alienating our workforce entirely. But if we build systems rooted in transparency, digital literacy, and human-in-the-loop validation, we can elevate our managers to be more strategic, more empathetic, and more effective than ever before. Thank you so much for joining me to explore this fascinating research, and I highly encourage you to look closely at the framework within your own workplace.